absolutely destroyed that. Bag is packed, I'm getting ready. My train literally leaves in 5 minutes. And that is pretty much how I would describe the London Marathon. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring another vlog. So exactly a year ago from recording this video, April the 28th, 2019, I ran the London Marathon. So I think maybe we should start from the top and not the day before the marathon. I'm talking a few months before, when I received an email from Virgin Money Giving asking me if I could run the marathon. Now, I never ever wanted to run a marathon. It was never on my bucket list to do it. I don't think I would have ever done it if I wasn't approached to do it, if that makes sense. But yeah, here I am a year later. I could probably go outside and run 2 miles and be completely out of breath, but I managed to run the marathon because somebody made me this cup thing in 3 hours, 50 minutes and 32 seconds. And at the time in my life I had some pretty crappy things going on, so I thought to myself, if I take up the opportunity I'm running this, it's gonna take my mind off these things, and at the same time hopefully I'm just gonna get fitter. Now in this video I'm gonna go through my training, who I need to give a shout out to my friend Toby because he helped me with a large part of that. I'm gonna talk about the lead up to the marathon, I'm gonna talk about the marathon itself and take you guys through that, and then we'll talk about what it's like post-marathon and what you can expect to feel like after. In fact, the only thing I really enjoyed about running was the fact that I could just be in my own space and the fact that I could listen to music.
I'm listening to Love on the Line, and all of this together is just insane. We're gonna lay our love on the line.
One tip, actually, if you are a runner, I would really recommend getting the Apple Watch GPS and a pair of AirPods, because if you get the GPS version and the cellular version, it means you can take phone calls and stuff when you're out doing your runs. It worked really well for me, and obviously I had all my music on here too. I didn't have to take my phone with me, it's all wireless. Recommend the Apple ecosystem for running and sports. But other than that, not a fan of running whatsoever. Like I say, it's a year on from the marathon now. I went out for a run the other day, I did 2 miles, I came back, I was absolutely knackered. But I think what we should do first is just look at the actual marathon day and see what it was like to run it. Okay, so the mad rush essentially starts like right now with this massive bowl of pasta. I'm really just not gonna make this train. Oh my god, my running shoes! I'm joking, you didn't think I'd forget them. I've got no space to put them in the bag. I'm just not gonna make this train. This is ridiculous. There are never any car park spaces in this car park, and it still lets you in, so I'm not even in a car parking space. The train is delayed by 5 minutes. I wouldn't have made it. So welcome to the XL London. It's definitely not the first time we've been here on the vlogs. We've been here for numerous things like Summer in the City and loads of different types of events. Today on at the London XL is the running event. I think that's literally what it's called. Every single runner needs to attend this show simply to pick up their badge. And there she is. So this is actually super dope. I'm actually starting from the green star, which is essentially known as the VIP start line, which is absolutely mental. I'm so over the moon that I've got this mental, crazy opportunity to run the London Marathon.
Alex Brooks.
That's me, mate, yeah. Wow. Okay, so there we go. That whole thing seemed a little bit too easy. Now I've got to go over here and apparently get a little piece of tech that's going to be tied to my number that's in this bag, so then people can track where I am around the London Marathon. Okay, camera acquired. I've got it in my Apple bag down here. The Apple guy that served me in there was so cool, recognised who I was, and he was like, I'm actually in the background of one of Joe Weller's music videos. So I was like, that's actually mental. Camera secured. I've now got a meal with my father and rest of my family in London in 10 minutes.
Guys, that is really hot.
Go on, I'll try one. Yeah, go on then. Okay, so good morning, hello. My phone's been going off since like 6 AM this morning. People have been saying good luck to the marathon today. It's now currently 7:30 AM. I need to get up, get all of my clothes on. And also all night I've been having emails from Virgin saying that I've been getting sponsors from you guys. So thank you to all of you who sent me any amount of money. It means the world. It really, really touches my heart. Hey, and this is what I look like before I'm running the marathon today. Obviously, I've had about 3 months to train for this. Hey, funnily enough, this was me at the start of this year on the 25th of January, and now you can sort of see the difference. Right, I need to get my running top on. Okay, so here's my Apple Watch. I've used the portable charger all night, so hopefully she's full. I've put all of my music. The GoPro Hero 7 Black is now on like 99% charge, so that's ready to go. And look, I've got my stuff on. How awesome is this? This is so cool. Oh my god. Right, I think we're ready.
Right. The nigga was amped. He was like, come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Come on, motherfuckers, come on.
Right over there's like a big balloon. It's like a big green balloon, and I think it says Green Start on it. So we're getting somewhere. So in this Green Start, I've seen people wearing like pony costumes and people literally dressed up as water bottles, and this is kind of like a fancy dress one as well. If I see any, I'll point them out to you. Thank you very much. Cheers.
You know, young rich niggas.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. I'm about to start the London Marathon. This is absolutely mental.
We got a whole lot of new money. Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot.
Wow, this is amazing. This is insane.
Just bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a ooze. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a ooze. My niggas are savage.
Okay, so I'm currently running the whole thing at just under an 8-minute pace, which is really quite fast. I should probably tone it down a little bit. However, I have just gone past 16k, so I'm not feeling that knackered yet. May as well crack on.
I'm riding around in a coupe. I take your coupe right from you. Bitch, I'm a dog. Beat the whole walls. Hop in the fall. I take that nigga come from me. I swear these niggas is under me. They hating the
1 km to go, and I'm literally almost in tears. So I'm on my way home from some essential shopping, and I thought I would pop round to my father's house and step foot in his garage because this is where I trained for the London Marathon. I trained on this. But first off, the actual marathon itself, wow, what an experience. From somebody that would say that they would never run a marathon and never ever want to run a marathon, I am now somebody that would urge everybody, including all the people that are watching this video. In my personal opinion, there's so many positive things that come out of doing it, and there's very little negativity that goes into it. The only negative thing that's going to go into it is your attitude, if your attitude is negative towards running. Now, this is my advice that I'm giving to you. I've read online that some people say treadmills are really bad for training. Not in my experience. These treadmills is because I could work up to my first 5k, but I could set a constant speed of 8. So that would mean the treadmill is going to keep my pace. So all I need to do is focus on running. So if you can, start your training on a treadmill because it will keep your pace for you. You won't even have to think about it. What I did was I got my first 5K down, which is about 3.1 miles, and I was running that at about a 7-minute pace, which is really fast. But what that did was set me up for running 10K a little bit slower, 15K a little bit slower than that, 20K a little bit slower than that, until I could run the marathon at like a 8-minute pace. So in my experience, almost start out sprinting, short distances, but fast times. But because I had such a short amount of time, it was really important for me to set goals. Goals really helped me out. So by the end of a month and a half of my training, so midway through Feb, I wanted to be able to run 10K, which was absolutely fine. Midway through March, another 4 weeks later, I wanted to double that and run 20K. Now it's really important that you know this one thing. Running is its most hardest when you are unfit, and this is why most people give up, because they go out for their first 2Ks or 3Ks and they come back and they're knackered and they just think, no, I can't do it. Running gets easier. That is the one thing that I can promise you. Now, I did essentially all of my training up to about 10 to 15K on treadmills. As soon as I got that down, I was then out keeping the pace by myself with my watch, and I was on terrain running up and down hills. And then before you knew it, the last month rolled round, and if I can find it, Toby actually made me a sheet which I stuck to, which had all of the runs that I needed to do for the last month of, well, the training before the marathon. And then the one most important thing is that you never run the marathon before you run the marathon, if that makes sense. You don't need to run the entire 26 miles before. Train to 24 miles or so. To be honest, I think I only trained to 21, so there was 5 miles that I had to run that I hadn't even trained for. You can push your body more than you think, I promise you, because I did it. I've done it. But there you guys go. That is my marathon story. Oh, and hey, we're building a new gym, or my dad is building a new gym at this house. Let me show you. Don't come in here. Social distancing, keep the door closed. Unfortunately, it's locked, but this is a brand new gym that's being built on like the outside of my dad's house. Super cool. It's gonna be awesome to be able to come in here and hopefully do some workout videos with you guys, some training with you lot. But with that being said, I'm gonna end this video here, guys. I need to thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace, as usual. If you guys are looking to build a website, please use Squarespace. I use them myself for all of my company websites, and I've got a video coming next month about that. I'm gonna show you guys my Squarespace site. But essentially, they're the all-in-one platform to build a website. They handle everything from the actual website creation. They've got thousands of templates on there for you guys to choose from. You can pick your own one and then upload all your own images to it. They handle all the hard stuff as well, like the domain name, so you can have your own custom domain name. They've got SEO on there, and you can even have e-commerce, so you can sell things on your Squarespace website. Honestly, I use them myself. I couldn't recommend them enough. So if you guys want to get 10% off your first Squarespace website or domain, please use my link in the description. But with that being said, guys, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've taken something from it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.